We're on day 12 of building this store from scratch. Day 11, we had 0 sales. Day 12, we have 2 more sales. So we're finally moving in the right direction. Once all those other orders get to their destination, we'll finally move up to level 2. I'm Brandon, and I own Teko's Cards. I'm a husband, a father, and a full-time soldier in the United States Army. This series is about showing you all how to start a TCGplayer store from scratch, the trials and tribulations that you're going to go through if you want to start your own store. As stated in previous videos, we had 5 orders before, and we have 2 more. So those other 5 orders got shipped out. We're just waiting on them to get to their destinations and the customers to provide feedback. So then TCGplayer will register us so we can move from level 1 to level 2. What's big about that is being a level 2 seller, you now can update 500 cards in inventory. I wanted to start to get 10 sales right off the bat, just for one, because you only need 2 sales to get to level 2, but still, the more sales, the more your store gets visibility, the more feedback options you get, so the better off your store is going to be. Also, once those 2 sales get to where they're supposed to go and you get your feedback, you need to have a feedback rating of 80% or above. So basically, when your customers receive your cards, you want to make sure that they were packaged properly and pray to God that the post office didn't damage anything. Once at level 2, we can upload 500 cards in inventory. So, or correction, we can have up to 500 cards in inventory. They can't exceed $1,000 worth of value. But with that being said, still 500 cards in your inventory is 500 cards. More likely somebody's going to purchase from you, especially once you get a good feedback rating. It's going to be more incentivizing towards customers to want to buy from Teko's Cards or your store. So we are currently at 7 orders. 2 still have to be shipped out, but all we only need now is 4 more orders, and that'll be requirements to get us to level 3 with a feedback rating of 85%. So it's still a waiting game, but once the store fully gets 500 cards in inventory, that's going to be more visibility for the store. So as today, I got a lot of work to do. So here's where the grind really happens. Friday, I had staff duty, so I was up for 24 hours. Basically, with that being said, like, I had to be up for 24 hours and make sure that pretty much everything ran at work, so to say, with my 2 runners. And then I get the next day off, which was Saturday. So the funny thing about that is if you've ever been up for 24 hours straight, you know, as soon as you get off of work or off of your shift, you feel like absolute crap. And to me, like, I try to just come back and get a couple hours of sleep because I don't want to waste my whole Saturday. But even though I was up for 24 hours, I was still exhausted, but you still have like obligations to do. You still have to be a husband, a father, and do things with your family. So that's why, for me, I like to call it like I'll get like a few hours worth of a nap. And then, so yeah, my Saturday was basically a waste because the time that I did spend, it was with my family. So I was not in the mood to stay up after 10 o'clock to upload cards and inventory and stuff. And if you have any kids of your own, then you know, like, spending quality time with your family is one of the most important things. Like, I can't express that enough. Like, all right, so here's our day 11 and 12. 11, we didn't have any sales. Day 12, we had 2 sales, totaling $6.18. Shipping was $2.62. That's including in the $6.18. I'm just putting it on there. See how much we're actually spending on shipping. Net fees was $1.42, which leaving us with $4.76 as our final price. What we pocket, we're still in the negatives of $126.95. This is the raw numbers. It's a growing business, and we just need to wait for these cards to get to where they need to go. And once the customer provides feedback on the orders, then we can move to level 2 and then level 3, and so on. So I spend 78 cents per stamp to ship, and I ship in a number 10 plain white envelope. So $1.31 is relatively okay on where shipping is. I mean, a good majority of people on TCGplayer set their shipping as $1.31. Some people are higher, some people are lower, but you have to look like shipping, you really don't get a return on investment on. That's just to cover your cost of your supplies to ship. Because basically what I ship in is plain white envelope, penny sleeve, card saver, and that's it. So you're not looking to make money on shipping. You just roll that over to the customer. That's what it is pretty much. So hopefully on day 13 we get some more sales. Once TCGplayer updates our account to level 2, we can upload 500 cards or 400 more cards so we're at the 500 threshold, which in my opinion, more cards in inventory, more chances for people to purchase from the store. If you're building a store too, or thinking about starting one, let me know in the comments. I'm curious to know how your experience has been so far. If you want to follow along with the journey, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe on the channel.